Hey, what's going on, everyone? Anthony Cofrancesco here from Data Dive, and this is the Q&A portion from our office hours section on the product scorecard. Now, keep in mind that this is a condensed Q&A. The only way to see the full version and to ask your own questions is to actually join office hours. But if you still want to see what people asked, let's give a look at the video.
So Scott's asking, what do the different score ranges mean? So again, just want to clarify, in terms of the score, the numbers are only relative to the other scores that you have, right? So it's not like got a 500 for sure, 100% launch the product. It's just to help you determine higher positive scores are more likely going to be a low risk product versus scores that have a very big negative score. It's not always like that. It's not like this is a science. This is really still a beta feature. It's not like we've really hashed this out much more than you see here. So you got to, kind of look at it from that standpoint. The distribution of root search volume is the total search volume of the top two roots divided by the total keyword search volume. Yeah, so this is the question that I was asking our CTO earlier, Marcus. I was asking what's the best way to calculate the distribution of search volume. And so I was thinking like maybe you would look. And if Moises is on the call and he wants to chime in, I was thinking like, oh, maybe you would look at, some version of this visible search volume, and then you would try to divide by what you see show up here in terms of the broad search volume. Like, okay, this is making up 4,000 out of 20,000. But then Florin said, just look at this column, and it's not exactly perfect, but it's pretty close. You can see here, this is 0.3 and this is 0.2. So the combination of these is going to make up like 50% of the overall search volume for these two roots. So I don't know if I explained that right, but if someone from the team wants to chime in on that and correct me, that's what I'm going to do for right now. Okay, let's see. Aaron is asking, in deep dive, you can see variations. That is a good point. I missed that earlier. Yeah, it shows up in the expanded view here. Yeah, variation attributes, so none. And I don't think it shows up in collapse, but we're going to see. Yeah, so you have to go to the expanded view, and then down here at the bottom, you can see if there's any variations. Yeah, good tip there. Man, I guess got to hand this all over to Ed. I got to check the comments first. So Ed, already answering that. Thank you, Ed. Appreciate that. Starting on in labels. Okay, Rio's asking, did I get it right that you have some tips to fill out the product scorecard quicker? Most of the data is in Data Dive, and it should be able to generate a pre-filled scorecard. Yes. That is something that doesn't happen right now, but it's something that we have thought about and something that I'm sure is coming in the future. Right now, it's all manual, right? It's sometimes I'm sure that's a little frustrating. You'll get faster and faster at doing it. I'm sure in the future, this is going to be something that's going to get better. But right now, no, it's not going to pull in the metrics from other parts in Data Dive. You're just going to have to go and manually click the button for right now. If you are launching the putting aid, what would be your budget for photo? Oh, yes. Okay, so Brian is asking, if you were launching the putting aid, what would be your budget for photos? What I try to think about is like, how much is it going to cost to launch this product? And as long as, I don't know, like my standard answer for photos is like $1,000 to $1,500 all in. That's like, yeah, I just say $1,500. If you can spend like $2,000 to $3,000 on it, that's going to be on the higher end. You can spend less than $1,500. You can shoot it with your iPhone and get it done for $100. I recommend don't skimp on photography, don't skimp on graphic design, just budget it out. $1,000 minimum, but my sweet spot's like $1,500 for a listing. And that's probably not a US firm. It's probably like an outsourced firm.
Okay, Ben is asking, I signed up a month ago, but it's been overwhelming figuring out where to start with training videos. Can you recommend a good place to start? I have about 15 listings that I'd like to review, and I'm having a hard time figuring out how to optimize my bullets and title. Looks like you just answered the question. Yeah, Ben, the initial video you're definitely going to want to check out from last week, not last week, but the one that's currently up on YouTube. That's like the high level framework of how to start looking at title writing. It's really good. It's really comprehensive. That's going to lay the groundwork for what we did last week. And what we did last week is then we actually went through based on that framework, and we went and rewrote the listings for 3 different products. So when these videos are published, you'll be able to see 3 different examples. I'd recommend going through at least one of those and then trying to replicate the process that I show there on one of your listings, and then just replicate that for the 5 listings. I know data dive can be a little frustrating when you start. I've been selling for years and it's taken me months to understand all of it. So don't get frustrated. It's like anything that you're doing for the first time, it's going to be new. My biggest advice is to watch those videos, play around, get your hands dirty. And the more that you do this, the more that you actually test things on your listing, you'll figure out what works.